Hey everybody, Chris McHale here with EasyAgentPro, and today we're going to go over Facebook ads, a very basic Facebook ad, because Facebook's actually changed and restricted some of the old advertising tools that they used to give real estate agents. Recently, they've been in trouble with the Equal Housing Opportunity Act, where some agents are taking advantage of some of the demographics that you can target. So there is a couple of changes since our last video on how to do a basic Facebook ad. I won't be going in depth on building a massive squeeze page. I've already built a quick one out to use in an example, but we will be highlighting a couple of features there as well. If you did want to find out more information about how to build a really good squeeze page or a more in-depth review on doing so, we will have a link posted in the description of this video below. So take advantage of that as well. Today I'm going to start off with my website. This is the dashboard of the site. Everybody's familiar with the way this looks, and we're going to navigate to the app section and try and find the Squeeze Page app. Once I'm in the app section, you'll notice that it's sectioned off to what specific goals you have in mind and what tools are arranged within those goals. I'm going to scroll down to the lead capture apps, and I'm going to navigate to the Squeeze Page app to pull up that Squeeze Page that I've created. Before I grab a live link of this page, I did want to show you something really important, and this goes with every single squeeze page that you're using. There are some tools on the bottom of the squeeze page editor that people tend to forget are there, or they just get lazy and don't want to do it, or a mixture of the two. If we click the edit button on the squeeze page, you'll notice that those tools pop up. They're located right here. And these tools are really, really important. You need to make sure that these tools are being utilized on your squeeze page so that A, it saves you time and the process becomes automated, and B, when you're actually building out the advertisement, it just flows a lot easier. It's something that's a lot more easy to do. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that, first of all, the path that you've created for that drip campaign is set. Whether you're using our own CRM or you're using somebody else's CRM, you can create those paths that direct to that drip campaign for this specific advertisement. So in this case, this is for properties with pools. I'm going to make sure that any lead that comes in from this form on my Facebook ad immediately gets put into my buyer's drip campaign. So I've selected that. If the call to action requires something like a phone number, you can set up so that the message does get sent to the user within 5 minutes of the form being filled out, and it's a valid cell phone number. So make sure that you're adding a nice custom text message here so that that user does have the opportunity to know, okay, they've gotten my information, they've texted me some more information, I'm being taken care of. This is really important. If you don't do this within the first 5 minutes, the likelihood of that lead converting to an actual client drops through the floor. So you want to make sure that you're adding some nice little text message here. Oops. Right. So something nice, neat, super sweet and easy. And then also you do want to make sure that you're receiving notifications via text when a lead does come in from the website as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that. And then the next big thing that specifically rolls over to your Facebook advertising is you want to make sure that your Facebook pixel is turned on and tracking with every single ad that you're doing. So it's as simple as turning on these two little buttons here to track the leads and track the views with Facebook. If you don't know what a Facebook pixel is or need help with that, you can contact support via email, phone call, chat, anything that you want to do. I recommend email. It's pretty quick. It's support@easyagentpro.com, and they'll contact you pretty quickly. We will also post another YouTube link in the description below, along with the squeeze page generator, as to what a Facebook pixel is and how to get it installed on your website. So that'll be there as well. So we've turned that on. And now the next two are the most important ones, in my opinion. The first thing we want to do is we want to make sure that we have SEO titles and descriptions. And the reason for this is Facebook's ad manager is really poorly built considering how big of a company they are. It's really laggy. You could have the best computer in the world, the fastest internet connection, and it's just going to take a lot of time to have to build everything out from square one on the Facebook ad manager side of things. So what I recommend doing is putting an SEO title here, just basically explaining to people who are going to click the ad what the ad is about, right? Get a list of pools in the Albuquerque area. Pretty simple. You can think big or small. The restriction is up to Facebook, right? So when you see the advertisement, usually it has a sentence and then three little dots because the sentence is too long. So I like to keep it nice and short and sweet. And then more importantly, we want to make sure that we have an image set for the social sharing so it does roll over to the Facebook ad as well. So make sure that you're doing that. I keep it consistent with what I'm trying to display on the advertisement. So that's kind of a little helpful tip for you. So keep it consistent. Don't change up a million images or do anything like that. One is perfect. So we've got that all set up. We're done editing. We're going to launch it. I've renamed it. I'm going to go ahead and save it. And this is a link here. I'm just going to refresh it since I saved it so I have the actual live link. Now remember, on your squeeze page as well, this green bar is only there for you. People who are clicking the advertisement and looking at the landing page are not going to see this bar at all. It's for people editing the site, so keep that in mind. Also, you're looking at it, you get stuck, there's that help button I was talking about. Send in a question and support will take care of you really, really quickly. So this is the live actual thing, live squeeze page. I'm actually going to copy the link here, and now I'm going to go over to my ad manager in Facebook. To get to your ad manager, there's two things that you need to make sure you're set up. Make sure you have a business profile, a business account connected to your private account. And then you want to make sure that your Facebook pixel is installed and all that fun stuff. Those are the two big things. To get access to it, you log into your private account as usual. In the upper right-hand corner of the account, located in this area on your Facebook wall, you'll see a teeny tiny little downward-facing arrow. You click that, it's a drop down for a menu, and in that menu is going to be the ad manager, and this is where it's going to take you. So you're going to select the individual. It's going to load the ad manager, and like I said, you're going to see how slow this is and how painstaking this is. So that's why we've made it super easy with our landing page generators and all that fun stuff to get it all set up. If you notice, no matter where you go into any of these tabs here, there's going to be a green create button. That's what we want to click. Move my headshot over a little bit. There we go. And this was an old one that I was working on. This is what you're going to see 99.9% of the time. If you notice the way that Facebook's ad manager is laid out, there's a couple of things that you need to pay attention to. The first thing is on the left-hand side. This is going to be your objective or your basic checklist to let you know where you're at in the process of building the ad. And then in the center is where the editor is actually going to lay. It's really, really simple. For this specific example, I'm actually going to select traffic. And the reason why I'm selecting traffic for this is because I want as many eyes as possible on my landing page that I've created. If you were to choose lead generation through Facebook, that's fine too. It's a lead, you generate the actual advertisement and the actual landing page that we just did on EasyAgentPro in Facebook. There's a lot less, it's a lot harder to do. It's a lot less friendly, user-friendly for sure. And you can't automate systems with it, which is really frustrating. I've seen people do conversions as well, which is great if you're retargeting. But in this case, because it's a very basic beginner's guide to Facebook, we're just going to select traffic. Now, if you notice as I select traffic, this special ad category popped up. It wasn't there before. You can go back in the video and look. It popped up. This is the big important change that actually made our old video outdated and why we're showing you this today. The special ad category is designed so that Facebook will no longer get in trouble with a couple of different, big government organizations that are trying to mandate, equal housing, things like that. So you want to make sure if you do not do this, Facebook probably won't approve the ad. And more importantly, B, if they do approve the ad and you get through it and you generate leads, you'll get in a lot of trouble. So you want to make sure that you're selecting the special ad category. And then when you have a drop down here, the one you're looking for is housing. So we'll go ahead and select housing and we're good to go. That's the big one that restricts some of the information located here specifically in the audience for us. And it's a good thing, trust me, so you won't get in trouble. So we're going to select housing and then we're going to go ahead and scroll down. And what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and look at this and make sure that we're naming the campaign something that reminds us of what the advertisement is. So this one's going to be pool house, homes with pools is what I'll do. Right. I'm not going to do split testing because, again, it's a very basic ad that's a lot more advanced. And the budget optimization, I actually like to be in complete control of it for the first couple times, and then you can toy around with that at a later date. But for right now, we're just going to go ahead and click continue. And as you notice on the left-hand side, you've got a nice check mark letting you know that you've completed that part of the build. The next thing is the ad set, and this is where you're going to actually target some individuals that you want for them to see the ad. Pretty simple. There's not a whole lot here that's really, really scary or spooky to do. You don't need to know computer language programming or anything like that. It's as simple as point, click, and type. I want the traffic to go to a website. That's true. The landing page is part of the website, so we're good there. I'm not going to do dynamic creative or offer because the landing page itself has all of that information located on it. And then the audience is where you can have a little bit of fun and start thinking outside the box. We're going to create a new audience. I'm not going to use anything else really any different. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and choose location. And this is one place that can make or break an ad if you're not too careful. So for instance, this is homes with pools in New Mexico. So I'm going to go ahead and search for New Mexico first, because that's obviously going to be, the home market where I'm trying to advertise for this. But if you are one of those individuals, who knows that Amazon, Tesla, Boeing, any of these big, massive corporations, Target, Google, Facebook, are building call centers, factories, things like that, manufacturing plants in your area, it might be wise to start running advertisements in the home states where those companies are located. It's, yes, you are generating a lot of jobs for your in-state economy, but you have to think that big managers, people who are going to train these individuals have to move to the state. They have to relocate. So it might be smart to think a little bit outside the box and kind of expand your area a little bit. Don't be scared to do that. In this case, I'm just going to stick with New Mexico because it's pool homes, but that was just an idea to give you an idea of how much leniency you have with selecting your area, which is pretty cool. We used to be able to adjust age. They have since removed that because of the new guidelines. It's a little frustrating because usually an 18-year-old cannot purchase a home, which sucks. But this is fine. 18 to 65 plus, we're good to go there. Again, another option is gender. People have been some bad eggs or bad apples have ruined it for the rest of us and really selecting gender specific roles for households, which is lame to me. Seems like you're missing out on a lot of people. Detailed targeting. This is where you can get really creative and have a lot of fun. So I'm going to go ahead and click edit. And what this is going to do is it's going to pull up a little search box for me that says add demographics, interests, or behaviors. This is where you want to target those types of people that you think are going to look at your advertisement. So I'm going to go ahead and do real estate as the first one, and you'll see a bunch of stuff pop up. So I'm going to go ahead and just click that. Super simple. The next thing I want to do is maybe pool. Let's see, swimming. So swimming pools and interest, we'll add that because that's what it's about. Let's see. After that, if I'm getting a little bit, having writer's block, can't think of anything, Facebook has a wonderful suggestions button that allows you to pick specific things that you want. So for instance, I'm going to do real estate investing. Let's see what else is on here. Zillow's a great one. Everybody goes to Zillow, right? Investors good. Pre-qualification is a great one because everybody is, it's frustrating when they're not pre-qualified. First-time buyer is a good one. So you can get very, very specific here. As you're entering in this information, be sure to keep an eye on the right-hand side here. This is going to go up or down in real time, letting you know if the audience you're creating is too broad or specific. Right now I'm too broad, so I may want to add a few. I'm happy with where it's at. As long as we're in the green, that's great. The goal is to get into the center. And then the daily results are going to fluctuate once we do a budget and schedule as well. So I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here. The next thing I've picked the items that I want for the interest and all that fun stuff. I'm going to go down to placements now. And if you notice, we're just cruising down the list here. Placements itself, I'm going to go ahead and manually select my placement. And the reason for this is I don't want any of my ad dollars going to Instagram. Instagram's a great platform for top of the funnel marketing. So that means that you're going to go ahead and with the top of the funnel market, you're going to go ahead and pick your niche audience, right? With Instagram, if you're a real estate agent who loves soccer, that's what you want your Instagram to be about. Actually, advertising properties on Instagram really is a waste of money. It's a waste of ad dollars. You want eyes of people who have the time and energy to look at stuff. Instagram is literally 5 seconds of click, click, love it, look at a story, I'm done. So Instagram is not a good place for it. I'm going to remove Instagram so that now I know that all of my stuff is going to Facebook, my audience network. I'm even going to remove Messenger. So I've got Facebook and audience network set up. All of my ad dollars are going to the Facebook wall, Facebook posts, and then all of the audience networks as well. So, groups, things like that. Now that I've done that, it's automatically removed the check marks for me, which is great. So I'm going to scroll down here as well. There's a budget and schedule. That's the next and final step of this middle tier here. And what we want to do is we want to make sure that we're setting a daily budget. I like to do $45 as a minimum, a bare minimum amount for, let's say, a Friday to Monday ad. If you're doing monthly, think about $100, think about $150 as a minimum if you're doing a full month's worth of ads. And you want to run your ad on a start and end date just because it gives you more control over when the advertisement's running and you know where those dollars are getting spent. So my big thing, I'm a big fan of, if it's a list of properties like this, of pool properties, I'm a big fan of running that advertisement Friday afternoon to Monday late morning-ish. And my reason for that is at 4 o'clock on Friday, 5 o'clock on Friday, people are off of work, they're headed to the bars, or they've got their face buried in a device, looking at Facebook, catching up with friends and family. That is prime time for people's eyes to be on those devices looking at your advertisements. So again, April 10th is today. I'm going to set it for around 4 o'clock just to cover, time zones in different areas. So this is located in my time zone. And then after that, I'm going to do the end date on April 13th, which is a Monday. And I'm doing, remember, $45 a day, which is great. If you wanted to, you could do $45 for the actual lifetime budget, which is fine. I'm going to do that. And you'll notice as I do that, look how much smaller this drops. So remember, the more money you spend, the more eyes are going to get onto your Facebook ad. And then I'm also going to set this for about 10:30 in the morning on Monday. The reason why I'm doing it later on Monday is because, well, people, they're dragging their feet. Mondays suck. We all know it, right? We're all in it together. Mondays are bad. You drag your feet. You want that last kick of dopamine before you clock in for work, or as you're at work trying to wrap things up. You can take a look at Facebook one more time, get that dopamine rush, see the advertisement, and you're good to go. So that's good. If you're doing something like an open house, think about running your ad maybe Wednesday to Saturday morning, because obviously Saturday is when you're doing the actual open house. Do it the week before, a couple weeks before, keep running the ad that way. But make sure you're not doing it on the weekend, because obviously you're wasting money because the open house is already going on, or it already has gone on if it's just a single day. So I'm spending $45 total. I'm very happy. The show more options thing is a little bit more of just standard editing. I just leave it here. I've generated plenty of leads just running it off of the standard automatically set Facebook stuff that's here. Don't stress out about it at all. The next thing that I'm going to go ahead and do is go to continue. And then this is where the super clunky pain in the butt editor comes into play with Facebook. Now, remember, I'm just grabbing this live link for my landing page. And I'm actually, the only thing I want to make sure is that my identity is specifically chosen properly. So I want to make sure that I have, I want to make sure that I have my company as the identity. I'm not worrying about Instagram because we chose to take it off anyways. And then I'm going to go ahead and scroll down here, make sure that the single image or video is selected. And I'm going to actually pass all this stuff until I see a big red box. And all I'm going to do is paste in my landing page. And the landing page automatically builds out the ad for me. I don't need to go up top here and add the image. I don't need to create a slideshow or any of that stuff. It's just rolled everything over. There's that metadata that we've created before, so you have that awesome little stuff there. And then if you wish to edit any of the text on here further, it's all located here for you. Now, finally, the last thing you want to do before you're done with this is you want to make sure that your Facebook pixel is turned on here as well as your squeeze page. So make sure that that's complete. Once you feel comfortable doing this very basic Facebook ad, you may or may not generate leads. That's okay. You want to make sure you're saving your audience, and then you're wanting to make sure that once you feel comfortable doing these ads a couple of times, then you can start exploring how all the advertisements look across the Facebook thing, and you can start exploring about multiple text options, split testing, all kinds of stuff. So get the basics done. Once you're happy with the way the ad looks, you're going to go ahead and click confirm. I'm not going to do that because it's going to charge me. With that said as well, so it found that error because it had two things copied and pasted in there. So don't stress out about that. It'll let you know if something's not working or something's not correct. But once you click confirm, it takes about 24 hours for Facebook to approve the advertisement for you. And then boom, they approve it. It's going to get sent out on that scheduled date and time that you've created, and you're cherry. You're good to go. So pretty simple, very basic Facebook ad. If you have any questions about any of this, take advantage of that help button. Like I said, located here on the dashboard of your site. So there's the help button, or you can email or call us at any time as well. Or you can email me personally if you'd like. So it's Chris McHale, CHRISMCHALE at EasyAgentPro.com, and I'll be happy to answer any questions for you too. Do a couple of basic Facebook ads. Now's the perfect time to do it. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll chat soon.